Hey guys, I'm back again for the next part of our piece. As you can see, I've done the invisible stitch on there and I've pinned some of these down. I've just, when I cut all those out, I cut the beak as well, and I just sort of did the eye. I might put it on there, gives it a bit more of a 3D effect. So, where are we? Here it is. Might even put it down with this. Might stay down then. It's so small, I don't think I'm going to get it down with a pin. And maybe do the same with this one. There we go. Just to have it there. Now, so I am going to open this up to my inspiration page again. I think it might be dog-eared somewhere. Which is this one. So, getting our pattern again. Might get some wool, or this probably is a good colour with it. Okay, so we'll decide, I'm just going to pin that, we'll decide where we're going to go with our finish your sentence, Suze, with our tree. So let me see, I think this is a good colour for it, or it might be a little light. Let's have a look. How about, there's a bit of that light brown colour that might work. That green's not quite right. I've got so many colours here. Oh, here's another. I knew I was missing some bits and pieces. The top of the lid. Okay. Now, maybe this, just so you don't see it. Okay, but it would be nice with a bit of brown too. Oh, I've got stuff everywhere. Stuff everywhere. Yeah, I'd say probably this would be the go. I'd rather do it with wool. So, I'll just get some wool and we'll place down our little tree. There's a couple of pieces on here which I think we will need. I might even twist them up a little bit. Just to make a bigger tree piece. So I was thinking we could probably start here. And I would say we're going to have a few little tree pieces. Now we'll just put that up. How are we? I might even go in a little bit. Here we go. Now I was thinking of just going along here, and it would help if I had a knot on the bottom of it. That would help. So what we're going to do couch this baby down, and we'll twist it as we go, just to make it a little thicker. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good colour, I think. Quite like couching. Has a good effect and builds stuff pretty quick. Okay, so how did you all go last week with sorting out your bits and pieces? It can be a little bit challenging sometimes. I know I had a bit of a challenge, still umming and ahhing about that colour on the top, but by the time we add our other bits and pieces, now this is going to be like a little collage, so it's going to be pretty detailed. It's like some of the other ones we've done. You know, we just did the minimum, but I thought, nah, I'll do a little bit more than we need to, because often, you know, some of the other ones I only had 3 videos, but we usually end up with four weeks that I can work on these, so I might as well utilise them. Okay. Okay. Like the way that some of these are a little thicker. I think that looks good. I think I'm going to be needing some more to do branches here and there. I might even come through with a bit of brown wool to just, you know, help it add a bit more colour. I might just do like a whip stitch with some wool. So what I'll do, so I'm going to chop that off, and it may seem really weird, but there's a reason and method between my madness. Now, and it sort of works like a branch, but it also gives that a defined space, which I think works pretty well. A bit too close. Okay, now. Okay, now I just finish that off, and I was thinking, oh, seriously, ugh, you've got to be kidding me. Ah, well, it'll do. Wool can be a little bit temperamental sometimes. Now, what I want to do is I'll probably do that. Have that under there. Okay. Move his tail out of the way a little bit. Yep. And then we'll do this bit. Okay. Can be doubled up to there, which is basically where the tail is actually. And then I will get some more, but in the meantime, it is okay. Okay. We'll definitely come back with some brown to give it a bit more colour, I think. And when I come back with that brown, I'll catch that. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm very quiet. Busy concentrating. Okay. Twist that over. It doesn't matter if these bits are just hanging out the edge, because when we put it into the book, that's going to be, you know, sewn over, so I can chop off that end bit. I might go over that a second time. Okay, now let's see if we can get it right this time without wrecking it. It's starting to look like a bit of something. Now the reason why I want this down is because I want somewhere for the bird to stand. So I am going to come in with this greeny browny colour. No, not that one. This one. And sort of matches that a little bit, just to add a bit of colour and depth to this piece. And then yeah, chop, chop. It's not too bad on that end. And we've still got another lot. We're gonna get some more. And the reason why I've got this is because I want to sew leaves and branches coming off the main tree. So, yep. So this is, might just go under. Like, not really attached that much, like a whip stitch in between, slightly adding a little bit more texture and branchy colour. Doesn't matter if it's loose, it's all good. I'm just doing it rough. The rougher the better. Here's a branch. Oop. Okay. Now nice and quick. Okay, I will come back. See how it's sort of sitting up in places? I don't mind that. In the book, it's got, you know, the main branch, and then there's other branches coming off. So, where is the pen? I was thinking, still probably wouldn't mind putting something here as well. Something along there like that, going up there, and then I might even put something even going up there. I don't mind that either. Really like to have a few little branches, and then with this colour I'm going to you know, to have some more extender branches. So just have that going back in there. Gee, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Trying to do these things, it's just not working. I think I'm in too much of a hurry. Here's my trouble. There we go. Now, so I'll finish off the other one. That way we can maybe draw the legs in. Okay. I'll sort of come in, but I will grab hold of it as well, I think, especially on that part. Fairly big. Piece. Okay. Now these things are a lot about texture. I think I might even go down on that part. It's sticking up a bit. Okay. It's definitely a work in progress. It's one of these things, there's certain other bits and they go for a bit of an ugly phase, and then in the end it turns out okay. So I think this is one of those projects. It does go for a bit of an ugly phase. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the little tail can go down now, and then we get with the friction pen, we just get, and then this one here, and I'm going to go over the top, and that's the same here. So as long as we've got a bit of a sort of a bit of a little base of where these legs are going, but that sort of goes all right, but this one seems a bit weird. I think this is sitting on top. We'll see. Well, you know, that's why you do this. I think it's not quite right, but you know. Okay, now I want to do the fun part of doing some leaves. I think it'd be really nice. So we'll do, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to do some more stitching of this, and then come back once some of the, you know, the actual branches are down. Okay, I'm back again. I got some of this wool, and I'm going to mix it with this wool and twist it around, because I just felt that the branches were just a little bit thin. So I'm going to mix this around, and we're going to stitch that down here. And rather than trying to stitch it, like couch it, I might actually just grab little stitches here and there and hold it down. Mainly on the grey, I think. Hopefully I'm in camera. Come in the brown, I mean in the greeny colour. And the good part about wool is it's actually it can be really messy, but it's okay because it works. I originally did have that on there, but okay, I'll come in and go down next to it, hold that down, go in, hold the grey part down. It's quite thick and cumbersome, but that's okay. Not the best at the back, but that's all right. Doesn't need to. I'm going to do offshoots, little offshoot branches off it as well. Almost looks like a jungle vine. In the middle. Okay. It sort of reminds me a little bit of when I made that piece for my friend in England. When I was doing a nest and everything, it was really quite random and messy. Quite, you know, textile art, which is what I really like. There's no real wrong way of doing it. Especially at the back. Because you don't see it. Okay. Now, take that out. Am I going to go up or am I going to go across? I might make it a little looser because I would like to incorporate that. There's quite a thick piece there. This is just so as you go thing. I don't even know how this is going to turn out, to be honest. I want that to be fairly thick. You see some of this is just really, really thin. So I might put that together and twist them around. It's better. That's a little better because it's a bit thin. Okay, there's the end there. I'll tuck that in. I think it's sticking out a little bit, but when we do the branches coming off it, it'll work. Okay. I was going to turn it off and do it, but because I did end up making it thicker and doing something a little different, include you guys. Now I'm going to come back in this piece with some of that greeny colour again to blend it in. And I like that this is thicker and off to the side because it looks like the main, you know, the trunk, and these are like branches coming off, which is good. Okay. In some of the other videos you don't see a lot of sewing, or is this one you do? Now, go down, and then we'll go through here. I might go around that a couple of times just to hold it down, I think. Because I'll cut that off. There we go. Now at this point, if you feel there are any bits that are a bit loose, you can go back. Okay, I quite like that. Quite a big piece this, rather than waste it. I wonder if we can join it together. I mean, it is wool after all, eh? And have an extended branch coming up there. I think we might be able to do that. And then there. Okay. finish that off. Okay. Oh, it's looking pretty good so far. 30 minutes, my goodness. And we barely started. Okay, I'll pause it for a sec. Okay, I'm back again. So I stitched that down, and then I've doubled up this piece to give it a bit of a thicker piece. And what I want to do is maybe start doing some of these little flowers, and they actually have got this darker piece in the middle of it. So I thought I'd do some of these flowers, not flowers, leaves, and just sort of have that coming up, so they sort of come up here. They look fairly spread out, so I'm going to have one like that, and then coming back in through sort of a bit of a fly stitch, and then I may come back in through with another colour because I haven't really got a variegated wool colour. So we'll come down through there, and then go across, and we're going to do another one just up here. So you start off straight, then going across, a bit of a Y. Doesn't matter if it's wonky. I really do love working with wool. It is so good. You can be as rough as you want. And see, you know how I was saying it goes through a bit of an ugly phase, and to be honest, I was like, oh, I don't know where this is heading, whether I like it or not. But yeah, I think it's, you know, now you add some of these little details, I think it's going to be okay. So we'll have that, and even though it's sort of sitting in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to do another one here. And just create a whole heap of leaves very randomly, and then come back in with that sort of this colour, and incorporate it in, and see how fast and rough I'm doing it. It's all good. So it's starting to become like something, if you know what I mean. So now I'll do another one here. I'll do a few. We really want to give it a bit of dimension, and that's why this colour did seem a little weird, but I thought once you start adding your embroidery and bits and pieces to it, it's going to look good. This is high up, but as you can see, you know, it's going to be connected with that olivey browny green, and I may even come back in with some you know, another colour, like maybe this one, just to give a bit of depth, either make them short or longer. So we'll see how we go. And don't mind doing fairly random size stitches. It's all good. looks quite nice with that background, and see it having that, it really makes it look like it is a skyline. Okay, I'm going to go up here and have another one. Oop, come up through there, and I've got to go back in through this here and here with that darker colour again, just to blend it all in. But when I show you, I just sort of jump all over the place because I am showing you what you need to do. So yeah, so maybe in the next one we might work on the bird, and we're going to use wool, because I mean it is a wool thing, and I think wool on wool seems to work rather well. We could probably do a little one, I reckon, just a little one, just a small little, with what we've got left. Yep, needs to come up, because we often have these small little leaves coming in. Trouble when you try and use that tiny little last bit, this happens. I'm just going to finish it off because I don't think I've got much left. There we go. And I am going to do more branches behind the scenes, and yeah, I like that. It's really making it come along. And we really will, if you want to get a bit of an idea of, you know, what we're going to do with this, I've got, you know, these are going to be just straight stitches that we're going to do with wool, and it's going to give it a bit of life. But Marian's World, is it Marian's World? She's from the UK, and she's got where she's doing some flowers and birds, and she does a beautiful job. She's done a really good job on it. So yeah, maybe go and check out, you know, before next week, some of the ways that she adds a bit of straight stitches and everything to her birds. There we go, it's come off again. And then I will come back next week and probably start doing it. I might iron that off. Oh, it's not too bad. I think it needs to be on more of an angle. I might have to come in, like, I think it needs to go like that, but so it probably needs another branch or something. So that's so that the bird can sort of sit on something a little better rather than being on such an awkward angle. Okay, this is why it's good to do these things in one of these pens. Okay guys, well, we're getting there, and I think with more of this sort of embellishing we will make this work. So some more of this. Good colour this. Big mess. Okay, and we'll be ready to go. Oh, I've already got one, but I might need another one to add a bit of colour to that and that. So okay, well, so I'll turn off the camera and proceed to do a little bit more. See, I'm really liking how that's looking. I think that looks good. There we go. Starting to have a little bit more life to it, looking like a scene. You know, this even could be a mountain, and you know, like that seems to be working like that too. So yeah, I will be back and I'll catch you in the next video, which at this point I'm not sure what it will be. Okay, thanks for watching guys, and I hope you're enjoying doing this felt wool work. Bye.